Welcome to the CrossTalks channel, presented by Peter and Nana.
Hello, I'm Peter.
And I'm Nada.
And we are extremely excited to be your hosts in this episode of the CrossTalks channel. Let's deep dive.
Remote work it's completely turned everything on its head, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking about where we work, how we work, and this is the quiet part, how incredibly vulnerable businesses can suddenly be.
It's a totally new landscape.
Yeah.
And for this deep dive, we've been looking at some analysis from CrossTalks on remote security.
Okay.
And our mission today is, to cut through all the jargon and the scare tactics. We want to get to the practical human stuff that, anyone can actually use.
And that's what's so interesting about this material, right? The focus on the human side of it. The core idea here is that cybersecurity is fundamentally a people issue. It's not just an IT problem you can solve by, buying some new software.
That's it. That's the whole mindset shift. If you only look at it as a tech problem, with firewalls and filters, you are completely missing the single biggest risk.
Which is?
The person. The person at their kitchen table, laptop open, just trying to get their job done.
But that's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? That more tech isn't the answer. Because we all imagine that hacker in a hoodie, trying to break into a server.
That's the movie version, yeah. The surprising reality is that most security breaches, the ones that do real damage, they don't start like that at all.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Where do they start?
They start with something small. Simple human error. A rushed click on a link because you're juggling 3 things at once.
We've all been there.
Sharing a password because it's just easier. Hopping on the cafe Wi-Fi to send one quick email.
Or that Slack message that looks like it's from your boss, but it's not.
Exactly. It's a social engineering attack. The vulnerability isn't in the code. It's in our daily workflow.
Because that workflow just doesn't have clear guardrails anymore.
Precisely. And that brings us right to the first big idea from the analysis. They call it the clarity gap.
The clarity gap, I like that. What does that mean in a remote world?
Well, we know remote teams are productive, but the security problems start popping up because of a fundamental lack of clarity. When everyone went home, all those unwritten rules of the office, they just vanished.
That's a great point. You can't just lean over to the next cubicle and ask, hey, does this email look weird to you?
Yeah. You can't. That informal safety net is gone. So the source material points to 3 specific things that employees are just not clear on.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first is a lack of clarity around tools. People often have no idea what software is actually safe and company approved for their work.
So an example would be, I need to send a huge file to a client, and the official company way is slow and clunky.
Exactly. So what do? You just use your personal Dropbox or some free website, and in that one moment, boom, the company has lost all control of that data. It's now living on a consumer platform completely outside their security.
Wow, all because of convenience. Okay, what's the second clarity failure?
The second is about data sensitivity. Most employees don't have a clear definition of what sensitive data even is. Is it just financial records?
Or does it include, a draft of a marketing plan?
Right, or an internal memo. If people don't know something is sensitive, they won't treat it like it is. They'll copy it to a personal laptop to work on a flight, and suddenly you have a data breach waiting to happen.
And the third gap?
The third is clarity on what's normal behavior for your systems. An employee gets a weird pop-up or a login request at a strange time, and what do?
They ignore it.
They ignore it. They think, it's probably just a weird glitch. That hesitation, that fear of looking stupid for reporting something, is an attacker's best friend.
That's fascinating. So the best defense is really just making people feel comfortable speaking up.
It all comes back to communication. If your team doesn't understand why a rule exists, they will always find a way around it. It's just human nature. You have to build understanding, not just demand compliance.
Which brings us to the next point, I think. This idea that simple, consistent habits are way more powerful than some huge, complex policy.
Every single time. Nobody reads the 40-page security document. It's useless.
So it's about building reflexes, almost.
Exactly. Like buckling your seatbelt. You don't think about it, you just do it. The analysis highlights 4 of these non-negotiable habits.
All right, let's hear them.
Number 1, and this is still critically important, using strong, unique passwords.
It sounds so basic, but people are still using password 123.
They are. And if you use that same password for everything, a breach at one company means a breach at your company. It has to be a non-negotiable enforced with a password manager.
Okay, makes sense. What's habit number 2?
Multi-factor authentication.
Yeah.
MFA. And the key is implementing it everywhere possible. If it's optional, it's useless.
This is probably the single biggest bang for your buck, security-wise.
It's the ultimate defense against a stolen password. Even if a hacker has your password, they can't get in without your phone. It's a physical barrier.
So why is there still resistance to it?
It's the friction, that extra 15 seconds to log in. But again, if you explain that those 15 seconds are what's stopping a company-wide disaster, people get on board.
Okay, number 3.
Mandating company-approved tools. We touched on this, but it needs to be an explicit policy. No personal Dropbox, no unauthorized chat apps.
You have to keep the data inside the castle walls.
You do. And the company's job is to make sure the approved tools are actually good enough that people don't feel a need to go rogue.
And the last one? The 4th habit.
This one gets overlooked a lot. Automatic updates.
The remind me tomorrow button.
The deadliest button in cybersecurity. Those updates contain patches for known security holes that hackers are actively trying to use.
So if you don't update, you're basically leaving the front door unlocked.
You're leaving it wide open with a welcome mat. And the goal here isn't perfection. It's just consistency across these 4 things. That alone reduces your risk immensely.
Okay, but here's the pushback, I imagine. We start mandating all this stuff. Doesn't that start to feel like micromanagement? Like Big Brother is watching every click?
That's a huge concern, and it's where a lot of companies go wrong. The analysis makes a great point here. You can protect your systems while also trusting your team. The two aren't mutually exclusive.
How does that work?
It works by giving people access based on their role, not on convenience. It's called role-based access control, or RBAC.
So I'm a writer, I get access to the content folders, but I have absolutely no reason to be in the finance database.
Exactly. We might trust you completely, but if your account gets compromised, the attacker only gets access to what you have access to. It limits the blast radius.
That makes so much sense. You're not limiting trust, you're just limiting opportunity for damage.
And that leads to this paradox of good security. When it's done right, it should feel almost invisible. It's just working in the background, protecting you without getting in your way.
Right, if it's frustrating, people will just find a workaround anyway.
Back to square one.
But, we can build all these great habits and systems, but the threats themselves are changing. They're not static.
Not at all. They evolve incredibly fast. And that means our awareness has to evolve just as quickly.
So how are attacks getting more sophisticated now, especially for remote workers?
They've become so much more personal. The phishing emails aren't the badly spelled Nigerian prince scams anymore.
Right.
Now they look real. They might mention a project you're actually working on or name drop your CEO. They use real context to trick you.
They're exploiting the fact that we're all moving so fast and communicating in these quick, fragmented ways on Slack and email.
That's it, exactly. Fake login pages look perfect.
Right.
We're even seeing AI-powered attacks, like a deepfake voice of a CEO on a call authorizing a wire transfer. They're targeting people's psychology, not just technical loopholes.
Which means that old once-a-year security training is completely useless.
It's worse than useless. It creates a false sense of security. The solution is to get rid of it.
You get rid of it entirely.
And replace it with short, regular security check-ins, like 5 minutes a month, micro-training.
Oh, that's interesting. So this month we talk about spotting a phishing link. Next month, it's about securing your home Wi-Fi.
Yes. Keep it light, keep it practical, keep it human. It becomes an ongoing conversation, not a yearly chore that everyone hates.
And that brings us full circle, really, back to the big idea that security is ultimately about culture, not control.
That's the final takeaway. The analysis is very clear that the most secure companies aren't the strictest ones. They're the ones where people feel a sense of responsibility.
Ownership, not surveillance.
Exactly. It's a culture where people understand the risks, feel trusted, and this is key, know exactly what to do when something just feels a little bit off. They know who to call without any fear of getting in trouble.
So remote work isn't going anywhere. And neither are these threats. They're both just part of our world now.
They are.
And the real win, then, isn't just about building secure systems. It's about building strong cultures that protect the business and the people running it.
Which leaves a really important question for everyone listening, I think. If your security strategy relies on strict rules and fear, instead of on clear communication and understanding, is your business actually safe? Or are you really just one rushed click away from a disaster?
A vital question to consider. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into making remote work securely.